Good day everyone, I am Emily Espanta and today I will be discussing 3 examples regarding to the topic, which is the relationships between variables and the maxima minima. So here we have a first example, which is a farmer has enough money to build only 100 meters of fence. What are the dimensions of the field he can enclose the maximum area? So as you can see here, this is the diagram, the drawing. So as you can see, we have 100 is equal to 2x, we have x and x here, plus 2y. So the area is equal to x times y, right? And then in this equation, we can obtain or simplify it through multiplying by both sides by 1/2. So we can get 50 is equal to x plus y. And then we can transpose x here. Y is equal to 50 is minus x. So this is our second equation. We have the first equation, second equation, and then next is to substitute. Have to substitute first equation to second equation, so we can obtain our areas formula. So we have 50 minus x. So we have to distribute 50x minus x squared. So using differentiation, or we differentiate the formula. So we can get the derivative of a with respect to the x is we have 50 minus 2x. 50 minus 2x. So we have 0 is equal to 50 minus 2x. So we transpose here, transfer this one. So we have 2x minus 50. We can get the value of our x, which is 25. Next is to get the value of y. We substitute the value of x on our first equation. So we have y is equal to 50 minus x. So we have to substitute x to equation 1. Or this one, we have to substitute it in the equation 1. So we have y is equal to 50 minus 25. So 50 minus 25, we can still get the same value of our y. So the answer would be, the dimensions would be 25 by 25 25 meters by 25 meters. 25 is 25 meters. So that will be the answer. So this is the answer. So the answer is 25 meters by 25 meters is the dimensions of the field that he can be enclosed in the maximum area. Next example, we have to find the minimum amount of thin sheet in square inches that can be made into a closed cylinder having a volume of 108 cubic inches. So we know that the volume formula for a cylinder is V is equal to pi r squared times h, and we are given with a value of 108 cubic inches, or which is the volume. So we have 108 is equal to pi r squared times h. So we need to get the formula for our h. So we have to manipulate this one by using basic algebra. So we can get the value for our h, which is 108 over pi r squared. Next is, this would be our equation number 1. Next is the area. The area of a cylinder, which is area is equal to 2 pi r times r times h plus r. So by distributing, we have 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. That would be the equation number 2. So we have to substitute equation 1 to equation 2. So we can get a is equal to 2 pi r times the height 108 over pi r squared plus 2 pi r squared. So we cancel this, so we have 108 over 2 times 108 over pi r plus 2 pi r squared. So 8 times 2, we have 116 over pi r plus 2 pi r squared. We cancel the pi. No, the pi will be cancelled also, And then the next one is we have to differentiate. So this time we differentiate this one. We differentiate this one. So the derivative of a with respect to r is equal to r squared over minus plus 2 pi r squared. 0 negative 16 r squared plus so we have to get the value for our r. So we divide both sides by r squared. So we have 0 is equal to negative 216 plus 4 pi r cube. So we get the value for our, so we have pi cube is equal to 216 over 4 pi. So we have our radius would be, will be 216 4 times pi. We have 2.58 inch. Since we have now the value for our r, we can get the value for our h. So in the given equation 1, we have h is equal to 108 over pi r squared, and then we have now the value for our r, which is 2.58 squared. Our height will be 5.16 inches. And then now we have the value for our height. We can get the value of our area, which is in square inches. So we have 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. So we have a value for our h and r, so we substitute it in this equation. We have 2 pi times 2.558 times 5.164 plus 2 pi r times 2.8 squared. So the area for the minimum amount of the thin sheet is 1.25.535 square inch. So this will be the final answer. So the area in square inches of the minimum amount of thin sheet is equal to 125.535 square inches. So the next or the last one, which is example number 3, is the problem states that so this is the next example or the last example, which the problem states that we have to determine the diameter of a closed cylindrical tank having a volume of 11.3 cubic meter to obtain minimum surface area. We note that the volume is equal to pi r squared times height, and then we need to, since we are given, we need to find the diameter. So we note that r is equal to d over 2. So we have now the new equation for formula, so this would be the volume, and we are given with a volume of 11.3 cubic meter. So we have to transpose using basic algebra to get a value of for our formula for our H. We have this, and then we know that the area is equal to 2 pi times v squared over 4 times h plus 2 pi d. So 2 pi, so we have area is equal to 2 pi or h plus 2 pi r squared. And again, we substitute d over 2, which is 2 times d over 2 times the height plus 2 pi d squared over 4. Cancel, cancel. We have pi d h plus 2, pi d squared over 2. So this will be the area. So we need to differentiate this. So we have the derivative of the area with respect to the. So by the way, we have to substitute the value of our h. We have pi d times 11.3 times 4 over pi d squared plus pi d squared over 2. You have to differentiate this one with respect to the diameter. Respect to the diameter, we have pi d 45.2 over d plus pi d squared over 2. Have to get the value for our diameter. So we have to again use basic algebra to get the D on the other side. We have the value for our D is 2.43 meters. So this will be the answer. So the diameter of a closed cylindrical tank having a volume of 11.3 cubic meter. So this is the diameter to obtain a minimum surface area. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and God bless.